So we are missing a few assets from this. So let me show you how you can rip from an actual emulator. So somewhat of an easy way to rip uh, sprites from the game. Okay, I don't know if this is actually going to work for every type of game, but well, it can work for this. So basically I'm going to use Visual Boy Advance, which is of course an emulator for Game Boy Advance. Then we can just open the ROM. And the nice thing about this is, well, about this this emulator. Let's go inside the game, for example. Let me over this. Actually, I want to start this from new. We have to check some settings first. First of all, go on options, video. Mine played faster with OpenGL. Okay, and I had some frame drops before that with direct draw. I think OpenGL should work fine for most PCs. Then down here, if you go, you can actually select which layers to disable and enable, which is actually pretty useful for us. Then we have frame skip. I think by default was at 2, so I just set it to 0, and throttle, no throttle, because we kind of want to capture every frame that we can. Then after that, there is already a recorder in here, so you can just start recording that here. So I'll show you the easy way. We start recording. Okay, so this starts recording, and then you can simply disable any layer that you don't need. Okay, so now I have some animations. I'm recording a video at the moment, so I will have all of this. Okay, now let's stop the heavy. Okay, we don't need this, and it's going to be in here. Then we can open up Photoshop and basically drop the video right into Photoshop. And here we have it on the correct resolution. We actually have all the references we need. Okay, so let's say I want to copy a frame like so. You can copy it, come down here and paste it correct. Now the only problem with this is that we actually have a background. So there is, however, a way to fix that. To fix the background is you basically blend away the black outline. You blend away the outline, something like that. Let's close the other one. But you see we're missing the outline right now. But there's also a way to fix that as well, which is if you go into blending options, you can basically say either drop shadow on all areas or stroke. Okay, you can see that it's for 1 pixel. I'll set it to 1, and the reason why it's not playing is because we have multiple effects on it. So I actually have another way to do this, is by doing it in Sprite rather than Photoshop, because it's much simpler. Now the idea is that you have a full sprite sheet with this. And from that sprite sheet, we will create, we're going to use the sprite sheet to basically do it on all frames at once without having to worry about doing that. So let's open up a sprite. I'm just going to use a rip I was using before. Oh no, okay, let's not use that one. Let me find my assets then. Okay, so now we are inside a sprite. So basically what we need to do is get rid of the entire background, and I think we could just do it with in bucket tool. Yeah, here we go. But of course we are missing the outline. So the easy way to do this will simply be to go edit FX outline, and outline color we can assign it back to black. Okay, and there you go, we have ripped sprite. Now there is a couple of different options. That's why I like a sprite a bit more than doing it in Photoshop, because Photoshop way of doing it will be like this and having some opacity on the corners. Well, with this you can actually select and do it, and basically just set it up as you like. Now keep in mind that the actual game itself didn't have black outlines on everywhere, just like so it will have a little bit of a discrepancy, but yeah, it works and it should work fine. Okay, again, the idea is that you will have an entire sprite sheet of frames, so you will do it on the entire sprite sheet rather than just only one frame. Okay, but I'm just doing it as this. I think there is a plugin from Photoshop to export the sprite sheets, but I don't care to dive that deep into it. But you can see that we can basically go anywhere, select any frame, copy that, and just paste it, and it will work fine. It shouldn't take you a lot of time to do this. Obviously, make sure you have the correct size, and you might require some cleanup afterwards, of course, like the slices do not have an outline, but I think it's going to be just too few to care that much on it. Okay, so that's one way you can export spreadsheets from at least this emulator. So let's move on back into coding and let's add some new animations and so on and so on. So I'll see you on the next part.